Okay, here we go, recording. I'm going to show you a little overview of my N-scale layout, and by virtue of letting you follow this passenger train around. This is a Kato engine that I had custom painted for in the Baltimore and Ohio color. Colors are very simple scheme, and one of the Microtrain's RPOs, a Microtrain's express car that actually came out as Railway Express. And then what you're going to see is a train that is made up of a collection of Rivarrossi Heavy Weight cars that I have had for many years. Some of these were actually gifts from individuals back in Urbana, Illinois, back in 1960 time frame. Well, what you see here is the Kato double track that I have used for the double mainline, even though I'm not modeling an era in which there is any concrete ties. And the layout itself is housed in a fifth bedroom. My setting essentially is someplace in central Illinois, and the time frame roughly in the early 1940s was the attempt that I've been making. The leg of the layout that the engine just is coming around here is about 11 feet long. Unfortunately, it's not quite wide enough to be able to utilize the double main track as I have on the other areas, and therefore I had to use single track curves, but brought that back in. This is one of two small rural villages, farming communities that I modeled, separated by this river, and this specifically is intended to be somewhat of a representation of the village I grew up in, with one of the few scratch-built structures that I've attempted, this being of my family's general store, and the main street as it existed, coming on a diagonal, not across double main as shown here, but across a single main line on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad that ran from Beardstown through Springfield on to Flora, Illinois, and then connected with the link from Flora to Shawneetown. Passenger service such as this was never in place on that particular route. Passenger trains were solely the puddle jumper in the 1940s until service was totally discontinued. This is a stand-in for the depot that was there. It's a reasonable proximity, but certainly not intended or close enough to be considered as being a model of that depot. Eventually it was torn down and replaced by a little shed. Train is now moved over